Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Joy of Stick. Stickhead here with your Atari ST gaming channel, and today we're having a further look at the beat 'em ups on the Atari ST, and we're going to look at Street Fighter 2. Now I'll give you a little background story to my Street Fighter 2 experience. I remember it when it first hit the arcades, and it was like, wow, this is something really special. Not that I ever got to play it, mind, because when it did appear at our arcades, there was always a queue of like 6 people waiting to play it, but I certainly watched it in awe. My first actual experience of playing it was on a Super Nintendo, and my mum used to run a children's like after school club in Birmingham, and I'd go there in the holidays when I wasn't at school, and we'd pretty much play Street Fighter 2 for hours on end because it was so good. And when news hit that it was coming to the ST, I was so excited, but also the news hit that it would be 1 meg only, so I had to upgrade my ST first. So you can imagine, you know, a lot of saving ensued to be able to afford that. And yeah, well, eventually saved up enough money to buy the upgrade and the game, and yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. Just a little bit. It's not, yeah, well, we'll see, won't we? We'll play it and we'll see. I'm going to try not to be too negative and bring my own bias into this, but I think it's inevitable really, isn't it? But yeah, I was massively disappointed, and I think I must have played it twice and never played it again. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a waste getting that 1 meg upgrade, because there were plenty of other games that that opened the doors to. Yeah, listen to this ST rendition of the Street Fighter 2 music. I'm pretty sure this music's by Dave Lowe. Uncle Art, as he was known, I think. It's pretty funky. Is it me, or is it only using 2 channels? It doesn't seem very full, does it? Oh, that's 3 channels. Okay. Right. What are we doing then? Let's just dive in. Now, the great thing about this is it's a cracked version, and what it does is it loads all of the discs. I mean, this game came on 4 discs. So it loads all of that data into a RAM disk, because I've got a 4 megabyte ST. So it makes a big RAM disk, dumps all of the game data into memory, and you don't ever have to swap disks, which makes the game far more enjoyable. Because, yeah, as I said, it came on 4 disks, and data for each of the different stages and different fighters were on different disks. So depending on who you picked, you'd have to swap disks. So if, I don't know, Ryu's stage was on disc 1, you'd have to put disc 1 in, but then if you picked Ken and he was on disc 2, you'd have to put disc 2 in, and then if you picked Chun-Li and she was on disc 3, you'd have to put disc 3 in. You know what I mean? Like 3 disc swaps per round. It was a bit heavy going, but this makes it a lot more enjoyable. Alright, I'm actually going to turn the difficulty down, because I did have a quick go at this before, and yeah, well, you'll see. But yeah, I should tell you a bit more about the game, really, shouldn't I? Do I need to introduce Street Fighter 2? Surely not. Everybody watching this game knows what Street Fighter 2 is. Well, if you didn't, it's a beat 'em up that was released by Capcom in the arcades in 1991. And it pretty much changed the face of beat 'em ups forever, really. It was a bit of a Mario 64 moment, I think, where anyone who was developing a beat 'em up at that time would have looked at Street Fighter 2 and thought, right, back to the drawing board then, guys, because it was so good. But anyway, this version, the ST version, oh, it came out in 1993, so you know, that gave the developers two years to come up with something amazing. Yeah, and this is what they came up with. No, I said I wasn't going to introduce my bias. I can't help it though. Just hit him. Oh, as if. I clearly had my hands on him. Yeah, fireball. Why does it punch? Surely nobody ever wants punch in that situation. Yeah, see, this is part of the problem, isn't it? I mean, Street Fighter 2 had, in the arcade, had 6 buttons. And so did the Super Nintendo version. Atari STs have 1 button. Yeah, got him. Is he dazed? How is he dazed there? Come on, just 1 dragon punch. Why are you trying to grab him? He's in the air. Oh, there you go. Yeah, as I was saying, this was produced in 1993, so, you know, 2 years after the arcade release. And it was developed by a team called Creative Materials. I don't know very much about them. At all. Are you supposed to be able to spin past those? Come on. Oh, double dazed. Oh, Dalsim's annoying at the best of times. This is not the best of times. Have a throw. If I could reliably pull off a fireball, that would be good. Is he dazed again? What? What's with the random dazing? Oh, he's not dead. Why on earth isn't he dead? Look. It's 1 fireball in 5 attempts. See, I should be... Oh no, he's got me! No, he hasn't. The throws don't do much damage, do they? Pfft, that was close. A tiny slither of health I've got left there. I don't know if any of you have played Street Fighter 1 on the ST. Yeah, it's lacking slightly, shall we say. And the guy who coded that is called Gordon Fong. And unfortunately, he was given the job of converting this to the ST. Now, I mean, where is your decision making process there? It's like one of the worst games on the ST ever put to screen, and we need somebody to code the sequel. Oh, let's get the guy who did that. What? As if you would. As if. Right, I'm getting a bit better at doing the special moves now. I went to grab him, but nothing happened. So you can see why I've turned the difficulty down. Because I suck. That's why. Do I get to pick another fighter if I continue? I do! Right, who should we be? Let's try Chunners. So yeah, what can we say about it? Let's try and be analytical and not biased at all. It's difficult. Should we start with the positives? It is clearly Street Fighter 2. I mean, yeah, have some kicks about a foot away from your face. Do you know what I mean? It is Street Fighter 2. It looks the part. I mean, if you saw screenshots. Why can't I do a spinning bird kick? Hey! Wow, that was useless. It's really hard. It's actually difficult to duck. It looks... Yeah, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. Anyway, it looks the part. The sprites are big. Very detailed. And you know, they're recognisable as the Street Fighter 2 characters, not just in how they look, but also the moves are there, the special moves are there, you know, the samples. So yeah, they've done alright there. The stages, you know, they're not exactly, they're not as colourful, are they? But they are the stages, and they are there. I'm assuming they're all there. I don't know, we can't seem to get past Dalsim at the moment. Yeah, it's actually quite difficult because you don't know if you're going to punch or kick. Oh, Dalsim got you in a corner, son. No, I haven't. Oh, get thrown, son. Here we go. Oh yeah, through the block. Alright, I might actually win a round. See, if I'd have kicked there, I might have actually reached him. Alright, it's the throw. The throw is the key. Always be throwing. So, and the tunes are recognisable as the Street Fighter 2 tunes. It's got the idle animations, which is quite cool. Oh, yeah, see, you need a spinning bird kick when you want one. Should we get onto the negatives now? Because I think that list is going to be a lot longer. The frame rate is the obvious one. And again, let's bear in mind this is an Atari ST. This is not the kind of game that this was designed for by any stretch of the imagination. I can't do a spinning bird kick at all. And everything is just really slow, which is a real shame, because for a game of Street Fighter 2 you need it to be smooth. You know, it has to be smooth, which leads on to the next thing, because one of the defining features of Street Fighter 2 is how kinetic and visceral it is. And it's kinetic and visceral because it's so responsive. The controls are as tight as a badger's chaff, and it just feels right. The controls feel right, not the badger's chaff. And this just doesn't have that at all. I mean, you could almost forgive the frame rate if the controls were spot on, but it's almost like you press something and then, but you don't know what you're going to get. You really don't. Alright, I'm picking Dalsim so I don't have to actually fight Dalsim again. And we might get to see a different stage. We do. Honda's stage. There we go. There's the multi-load in practice there. I just have to press space. It loads it from memory. These would all be disk swaps otherwise. And of course much longer loads, because loading from disk takes ages compared to loading from a RAM disk. Nice try. See, I can't even do the most simple special move in the game. Oh, come on, have that. It's dazed again. What? But I do a light punch to take advantage of it. It's like, I don't know if this is true because it seems so inconsistent anyway. Is that him down? That's him down! Alright, there's the key to Atari ST Street Fighter. Just pick Dalsim. Oh dear, right. You're gonna get nuggeted again, sir. Nugget him to death. Come on, all the way, all the way. Ah, oh. I have to say, I am starting to have a bit more fun with it now. After everything that I've said, I'm really concentrating now. I actually want to win. I didn't care before. Oh, as if. I don't know if actually waggling gets you out of daze any quicker. I don't know. It's not a good sign for a beat 'em up, is it? When all you have to do is one move. You know, you can't resist the double fist. Even with your fancy fence climbing nonsense. Is he going back up there again? Yeah, the AI is a bit dumb, isn't it? Oh, duck! Note to self, don't stop to itch nose, scratch nose rather. Get thrown! Oh, he hit me. Oh, that's, oh, hello, hello. That's a bit more like the bison we know. Ooh. Just take your knee punches like a man. Oh, that was a close one. But the knee punch prevails. Is that it? Was that 2 rounds? Congratulations, why don't you try it on one of the harder levels? Actually, no, I don't think I will. If you don't mind. How many letters can we do here? Oh, only 3. There you go, that's Street Fighter 2. Oh dear, I tell you what, we need to have a look at some of the magazine reviews, because as I say, the scores were really high. A couple of reviews I found. Here's one from ST Format, they gave it 91% and an ST Format Gold. I have to say that the reviews I found of it were, of Street Fighter 2 in general, on the ST, were really descriptive, not very analytical at all. At all. Just very little critique. They just kind of described the fighters and how the game works and a bit of the plot and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, this ST Format review seems determined to compare it to the WWF games. No idea why, because they were rubbish anyway. So what does it mention? It says there are huge, well-animated sprites. They're certainly big for the ST, but well-animated? Really? Not sure about that. And they say it's got excellent gameplay. No, sorry. I don't know if these reviewers just never played the arcade or the Super Nintendo version. I don't know. But you couldn't describe that as excellent gameplay. You could say, you know, valiant effort for bringing it to the ST. Maybe. Which ST Action kind of mentioned that. I mean, they gave it 84. There's no way this game is worth 84. But again, the review's very descriptive. Hardly any critical analysis whatsoever. Anyhow, let's read this quote here. It says, "To be honest, Street Fighter 2 was a project that should never have been undertaken." I'm assuming they're talking about the ST version. "However, it has, and the programmers have pulled out all the stops. Surprisingly, the graphics and sound are incredibly similar to that of the arcade machine." Really? Incredibly similar? Okay. I can see what they're saying though. Street Fighter 2 on the ST, you could probably look at it and think, I don't think the ST could do it, let's change it, or let's not bother. But you know, they've had a valiant crack at it, to be fair. But yeah, I wouldn't say the things are incredibly similar to the arcade, not by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not all smiles because the gameplay isn't particularly good. The gameplay isn't particularly good, and yet you gave it an 84. What? Still, you can't have everything. Yeah, but you can have gameplay. You know what I mean? It's quite important when you buy a game to play. Oh dear, how can you... The gameplay isn't particularly good, and yet you gave it 84. Just get out of my face. And then the thing is, ST Format revisited Street Fighter 2 again when it came out on budget. Now, it came out on budget really quick. Bear in mind that the review the original review that gave it 91% was in March. This budget review is in the December issue. I mean, what? That's really bizarre, isn't it? In the space of like, how many months is that? 9 months maybe? They've released the budget version. Very strange. And it mentions that in the review actually. It says the full price game is still high in the charts. So why would you release the budget version? I don't know. But again, they didn't take this opportunity to look again and think, it's probably not quite a 91. They gave it a 90. And they called it an amazingly accurate coin-op conversion. I mean, what were they smoking? Seriously. The frame... the bias is coming back again, isn't it? I can feel it. The frame rate is terrible. The controls unresponsive. You can't have a one-on-one beat 'em up with unresponsive controls. You just can't. It ruins the game. Oh dear. Street Fighter 2, you've exhausted me. Alright, that's it. That's enough. I'm never playing you again. Not on the ST anyway. In fact, what I'm going to do, my Mega Drive is set up upstairs. I'm going to go and play Championship Edition right now. Just to get this out of my system. Anyway guys, there you go. That's Street Fighter 2. I hope you enjoyed watching it more than I enjoyed playing it. Because that couldn't be difficult. Mind you, if you like watching 25 minutes of Dalsim punching someone in the knees, you know what I mean? Yeah, the video is especially for you. Anyway guys, thanks ever so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that cool stuff you do. Please put your comments down below, because I really enjoy reading and responding to those. Yeah, always great to hear from you. Take care guys, thanks for watching.